Hey, Blockchain Bernie here with my latest episode, version 0.5 of the Xandium storage layer. And I'm also going to give you an outlook on Xandium version 0.6. And there are big things coming. We're on 0.4 right now, and in case you don't know what Xandium is, so Xandium is the storage layer for the Solana blockchain. We have unlimited scalability in storage in a file system manner, so you can overwrite things just right from your smart contracts, and you can store exabytes and exabytes of data. And we are basically developing it in public. So that's what you'll see here. And we have that little spreadsheet here. We're currently on version 0.4. This guy here, let me mark it 0.4. Reconstructability from pods. So that's live. And we're just doing the documentation at this point in time so that you guys can build on it. And then I'll give you an outlook here on Ingolstadt version 0.5. It's almost done. It's going to be coming out real soon. And then the big thing, redundancy in 0.6. So what does that all mean? So for the Ingolstadt release, we have simple metrics. So for every one of you that are running a P node, and if you don't have a P node, it's the provider nodes that provide the storage. You can get those. Just go to xandium.network and find out about it. And if you don't have a P node yet, you should get one, definitely. So all these P nodes, they will be monitored in version 0.5, the Ingolstadt release. So we will keep metrics, whether you're online, whether you respond to heartbeat requests, whether you respond to actual payload requests. So we have that first demo app out there, FS on chain. So it's a little bit like a Dropbox style thing where you can store things in the Xandium storage layer. And the Ingolstadt release will measure all that and will pay the rewards. So if you have a P node, you will get two things. You will get rewards in the beginning. These rewards are just to compensate you for the effort to run that P node, but the actual rewards, the actual payback, you will get with the STOINC. STOINC is the storage income, STOINC, STOINC. And that storage income will come once we're live on mainnet. And Xandium is very much planning to go live on mainnet with release 0.6, the Stuttgart release, or maybe shortly after. But the goal is definitely to go live on mainnet this year. So, and I already told you what's new in version 0.5. So that is here the basic P node rewards, and also what is going to be part of version 0.5 is the owner manager model, right? So there will be P node owners that buy licenses for these P nodes, and there will be managers that do the technical stuff for them. And there will be a marketplace of managers. Anyone can sign up as a manager for a cut of the future storage income that's coming there. So that's all going to be part of Ingolstadt version 0.5. It's going to be great. And it's almost done. It's like, development has more or less completed. The Xandium team is basically testing it, but the big thing that's coming is the 0.6, and that is redundancy, right? You see that here. So a redundancy means that several P nodes will be storing the same data, and all our data is going to be paged into pages. So those are like you can think of it like chunks of a fixed size. Right now, that size is 1 megabyte. So all the data that's stored in the Xandium file system is going to be chunked into these pages, is already in these releases that we're live now. It's being chunked into these pages, Right now, only one P node stores one page. But with the 0.6, that's going to be a game changer. And that's going to prepare us from kind of the working prototype thing that we're in right now into a minimum viable product. The product becomes viable because we have this redundancy, which introduces also fault tolerance, right? So that means if one of these P nodes fails, we will automatically fail over to another one. And how much is the redundancy? Well, the cool thing about Xandium is each app can select their own redundancy. So it could be like a redundancy of 3, or it could be 5, or it could be 7, or it could be 43 if you want. So, or any number, right? These were just random numbers. So let's say an app says, I want redundancy 5, then all the data that the app stores will automatically be duplicated into 5 different, and will be stored onto 5 different P nodes. And then the Xandium network will monitor these P nodes, and if one of them fails or just gives the wrong data or something like that, it'll be swapped out. It'll be replaced with another one. The data's there. It can be reconstructed from the other 4 through what's called erasure codes. So these erasure codes are a well-known thing in data processing. So you can restore basically. Some of you might know it from RAID drives, right? So if you have like a RAID 1 with like 3 drives, then, you know, if one fails, you can reconstruct the data from the other 2, right? And you can basically live replace the failing drive. And that'll be the case with Xandium v0.6, the very, very all-important Stuttgart release. We will have that as well, right? So we have that redundancy and the fault tolerance, and there's 2 types of fault tolerance, and that's important to understand. There is, for one, what's called the crash fault tolerance. So that's what we're going to do first, right? So that means if there's a crash, or if one P node is just not responding or not working anymore, or just, you know, sending random results that are not the real results, then it's going to be replaced with a different P node, right? So we're just going to be finding out of, and we have like about 150 P nodes that are really live right now. We've sold 350 licenses, but there must be 250 guys that kind of haven't really updated their P node, or haven't, you know, started it or stuff like that. So so that's a normal ratio, right? It's like, it's a little bit like books, right? I've heard stats where it says like 95% of books that are being bought are never being read, right? They just lie somewhere in the shelf at your home, and you'll never read them, right? I think it's like 95, even 98%. I've heard that somewhere, right? And everyone knows what I'm talking about, right? It happens all the time. We buy so much stuff in life that we never use. And it also happens with P nodes, right? So not everyone has done that. If you're watching this, you've bought a P node, get it going. And there are people out there in the community, and do that with the Discord, right? There's the Xandium Discord. You can sign up for the Xandium Discord on xandium.network. In the top right corner, you see that little community sign up thing, and you can sign up for the Discord, and people help you setting it up. You don't have to do it yourself. And in the Ingolstadt release, we have that owner manager model. So if you're just a P node owner, you will find a manager there that offers their services for a cut in future storage income, right? Good. So that's how it all works. And then if you say like, okay, we sell licenses and stuff, is that really decentralized, right? Well, on mainnet, it is decentralized, but you will just get a big, big boost of your rewards on mainnet if you also run a devnet/testnet P node, right? So it's just a kind of subsidy from Xandium Foundation to give you these rewards, and in order to maximize these rewards and the future storage income, you have the opportunity to buy these P-node licenses for DevNet, right? Even in DevNet, it's permissionless. You can run, any P-node on DevNet without permission. It's just if you bought that license, you will get the monthly rewards right now from Xandium Foundation, and you will later get the storage income boosted, right? So yes, it all is permissionless, but getting these licenses just help you be profitable, be one of the leading P nodes there. And by the way, we will have a little project out there. We want people to build P node analytics platforms. That will be possible with the current 0.4 Herrenberg release. There's an RPC interface for those P nodes, and anyone can build these apps. And that'll be awesome. So you will see all the P nodes with their history and with their rewards that are being, monitored in the 0.5. You will see all that. So there are so many things going on. But with that 0.6, with the Stuttgart release, which will give us redundancy and crash fault tolerance, right? There's also Byzantine fault tolerance. So that is being tolerant against malicious players, right? Crash fault tolerance is only if it crashes, but you can safely assume there's no malicious players. Of course, this is going to be a public storage blockchain built on a public blockchain named Solana. So there might be malicious players, and we need to be resistant against malicious players. So we need to have the Byzantine fault tolerance, and that's going to come in the later releases when we implement all these BFT, Byzantine fault tolerance features. But those are not really necessary for the MVP, right? Those are not necessary to go live on mainnet, but redundancy is. We need the redundancy and we need the crash fault tolerance, because it's just for an MVP, it's not acceptable that if one P node fails, then there was data that was only on that one P node and then it's lost forever. That's not acceptable, right? So we need to have that crash fault tolerance. It is going to be part of the Stuttgart release. We are all super excited, and the development team is entering into that Stuttgart mode right now, finalizing all the design steps for the redundancy and getting it implemented. And everything's super exciting. By the way, next week, you're likely going to see me from the Cayman Islands. As you know, we have a foundation in the Cayman Islands that's running the platform. It's a very common thing in crypto to work with these offshore entities. The Cayman Islands is one of the most reputable ones. They are super strict on everything, compliance and stuff like that. We have Anthony there as the new director of the Xandium Foundation in the Cayman Islands. He is already there. He is, looking for a place to stay and to live there. So, and you will next week, next Thursday, or maybe out of the ordinary before that. I'm flying out. When you watch this video, I'm already on the plane, right? I'm pre-recording this 1 day earlier. So it's Wednesday, October 1st right now. When you see it, it's going to be October 2nd. So I'm going to be on the plane as you watch this, right? And then maybe the few days after, we do a little bit of videos, just out of the ordinary, and you will see our facilities there, and you will see what's going on and what are the plans. And of course, the big plans is our big demo app that will actually show that this storage layer has a reason to be, it has a reason to exist, and that AI accountability app that I've been teasing for a long time, it's going to be revealed soon, and that is going to be a great thing in itself. But it also is going to bring traffic and real storage load onto the Xandium storage layer. So I couldn't be more excited about this AI accountability app. And things are progressing. So this was my update here. Lots of things going on. 0.4 will be published. It is done technically, and so many P nodes have already upgraded, but it needs some documentation finalized, and then it needs that description of the P node analytics platform so that you can build that app and become kind of the leading P node analytics platform. And after that, we have Ingolstadt with the owner manager model and with the metrics. So the rewards will be paid automatically by some program that we just crank once a month. So no manual P node rewards payouts anymore. So Ingolstadt's going to be great. And then Stuttgart 0.6, that is the big release. And with 0.6, maybe we need 0.7, 0.8. We'll see how much of the redundancy and the fault tolerance we can actually get into that 0.6. But sometime around that, we will be ready for mainnet, and we will be ready for launching the storage layer on Solana mainnet, and we will be ready to launch the demo app that we're going to be unveiling soon. I just keep teasing it because we're in stealth mode right now, right? But it's going to be out there real soon. So I'm excited. Maybe you're excited as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.